Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hello everyone, welcome to the ASOTV podcast for The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 8, Coda. I am your host, Clio, and with me I have Pat and Michelle.
Hello!
What up, peeps?
John.
No.
And Heather. No, I guess not John, huh?
No.
And Heather.
No.
So, mid-season finale.
Well,
We endured a pretty brutal loss.
yes.
I was sad face. I might have cried a little.
Yeah, we lost Beth.
Yep.
She's-
I didn't even cry because of Beth. It was more along the facts of Daryl's face was so heartbroken.
When Daryl cries, the world cries.
Exactly, because he never shows emotion. Ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah, as long as Daryl
Well,
doesn't.
I think it's that he can't not show emotion. He doesn't show it all the time, but if he feels it,
Right.
he can't not show it.
You can't not show it. Yeah.
And he has like the saddest cry face ever.
Oh yeah. And I mean, it's something that I didn't realize how long she's been around. Season 2. It doesn't feel
It's been
like
a
that.
while.
It doesn't feel that long.
No, it doesn't.
Well, to be honest, she didn't do that much in season 2. Like, noteworthy things. So, she started becoming more active in, like, season 3-ish.
Yeah, they're building her more.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
Start the episode off with Rick running over Bob forwards. Get it? 'Cause it's not Bob backwards.
and then it was Bob Broken.
That ragdoll, though.
Oh.
That ragdoll effect when that car hit him. I was
That
like,
was amazing.
I am so
So
glad that
shitty.
Rick has
Like-
finally lost his shit.
You didn't stop though.
I told you to
You
stop.
just had to stop. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I said.
He said so point blank, and his blood was coming from his head and his back, and it's like.
Well, you didn't have to be a jackass,
Yeah, no.
and that's what you get for being a jackass.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, he knew what he was doing, so.
So Rick's really showing who he is. He's a one strike and you're out guy. This is obviously going to be the Rick from now on. Do you think that anything can
Okay.
change him?
No,
No,
I don't want it to.
I've been
Not that we would
watching-
want it to, but do you think there would be anything that could?
No, we've been watching
Nope.
him spiral downward ever since he took a chunk out of that dude's neck.
Yeah.
Mm.
It seems unlikely now that the episode is over, but after it happened, and Rick went back and was like, "Is this plan going to work anymore?" It seemed like maybe he had killed Bob, wanting to go back to his original stealth plan and not wanting to do Tyrese's plan.
kind
You guys
of.
am I crazy?
He was like real quick on being like, "Oh, well, I guess we got to kill him.
Yeah. Oh,
Too bad.
darn.
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna go in and kill everybody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
indeed.
everybody good with that? Yeah, all right, we're good."
Yeah, can we go back
Yeah,
to my
okay.
original plan, please?
Yeah.
Show of hands. Show of hands. No? Okay. All right.
They said it on The Talking Dead. But do you guys think that Rick's plan, Beth would have lived if they did Rick's plan?
I don't want to say that she would have lived, but I want to say that it would have been more of a random person would have died, probably.
Yeah. Definitely somebody would have died.
Yeah,
And
the loss
some
could have
group
been much
would have died.
greater.
Dawn wasn't.
Somebody would have died, regardless of how they did this.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true. There's
Then
no...
they would have had to actually find her.
I
Like,
mean,
physically
in all
search the hospital.
honesty, Beth was a dumbass and shouldn't have done what she did anyways. I mean, yeah, it looks like she got shot on accident, but still, all they had to do was turn and walk out. They just had to leave. And she had to go and be Miss
Shooing away.
She was doing it for Noah's sake,
Exactly.
you know, for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of you always saying I'm doing what's best, but you're really just trying to screw everybody over. So you know what?
Selfish.
I'm going to shove this so far down your throat, you can choke on it.
She was pissed. I think she was.
And even when Dawn shot her, she's like, I had no choice. Like, in the last moments of your fucking life, you still couldn't take responsibility for one of your actions, lady. Are you kidding me?
But I was talking about this with Steven.
Like, you are so useless.
This woman,
If
she
somebody
was so
stabbed
selfish.
me,
Oh.
if somebody stabbed me in the chest with a fucking pair of scissors, I'm gonna clench my hands too.
Yeah, but she was like,
it wasn't
I
that
gun,
she clenched
I
her
don't.
hand.
Shot her in the fucking head. I mean,
She did it on purpose. It was a reaction. She saw she was going to be stabbed, and she shot Beth in the head.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That wasn't I shot you by accident. That was a reflex. I'm defending myself.
Protecting of myself.
But her
But
face
yeah, like
was like,
John said, she
oh,
couldn't
I
take
didn't. Oh, golly.
Yeah.
in the end.
Fuck you. Glad Daryl shot you.
Yeah.
No, she was out for herself. That's it. Only herself. Selfish little thing. Beth was fed up with it. Saw it.
So why do you think Noah went with them to the exchange? Shouldn't he have
Because he's
known
the
that
king
would
of
have been a bad idea?
ideas.
Because it's Beth. Everybody loves Beth.
I guess maybe they didn't. I don't know. I guess they really didn't want any stragglers because if like, you know, two cops were out on patrol and found him, then it's like, oh, now they have more leverage and, you know, I don't know.
I was going to say that, and maybe because he feels actually part of the group, and it better odds staying or your chances are greater staying together. Like, because who knows what booby traps are set up around there.
I mean, really, would he have known that Dawn would have wanted him that badly? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Like, we knew as an audience because we were just like,
They were
she
only
crazy, she wants him.
Yeah.
But
Everything for herself.
I don't know.
Yeah, when they walked in and Noah was there, I was like, is that a good idea?
That was a good idea.
Is that a good idea?
Noah, stay in the back, dum-dum.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Noah, stay downstairs. You'll be fine.
Loud.
Go wait in the car!
So Beth and Dawn had like a lot of scenes and like bits together. What do you think about their exchanges? Probably most of all the murdering of O'Gorman.
O'Donnell.
Donald.
Donald?
I think.
Donald.
O'Gorman is an
O'Donnell.
actor from The Hobbit. I'm sorry.
That is okay.
I mean, shit.
Damn it.
Oops.
So what do we think?
I thought that Dawn can't keep her fucking story straight for the life of her.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And, I mean, like, literally, just, like, one sentence after the next was just like, yeah, I really like feelings and stuff like that. I'm not a bad guy. But I had to kill him because it was the right thing to do. But I did it for the party and not for... What the fuck are you... Like, what do you... Like, do you even listen to yourself when you talk? Or...
She contradicts herself in everything she says and does.
Yeah.
Backpedals
Well,
constantly, is making
She
excuses.
went
for every action she does.
backcrap crazy, just like her mentor.
Her predecessor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, oh, he was my mentor. Yeah, and he also taught you how to be backcrap crazy.
I mean...
Well, You also killed him.
I didn't do it. The gun.
Quacks like a duck.
Yeah, okay.
Stupid.
Yeah, she was just... I mean... It was just uncanny how quickly she contradicted herself and just did not even acknowledge it. It was so annoying. And I can see why the other cops are fed up with her, because it's like, are you real? Like,
You're trying to be
granted,
yet if you can't even.
granted they're, you know, a bunch of fucking animals, but still.
Generous.
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. But, like...
Well, it's even better is when Dawn actually dies. The cops are like, you know what? We're done. They only cared about messing up her.
We don't want to die over this bitch. We didn't shoot your friend. It's okay.
Give a
We were
shit.
just doing what she told us. Don't kill us all.
One of them even admitted. She's like, okay.
It ain't our fault. Nope. She's the dumb broad.
Our beef ended with her, and that's it. And it's like, all right, we're done.
Okay, backing out of the hallway now.
And I don't want to die because of her dumb ass. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You guys can stay. You can all be friends.
1 for 1.
I know. I love how that lady said that. I was like, really? Yeah, no.
Yeah, and like Rick's face was like, "Bitch, please."
I know.
Well, then he invited people to come with them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
which was the better offer, honestly.
Here's my question though. Now, if they stayed, do you think they would have made Rick the leader?
No.
Because Rick was strong enough. He was also, what was he? He was a sheriff at the same point. He already proved that.
Yeah.
And he could turn on them real quick and just lay them all down.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, all the cops are like, they all have complexes.
I know.
Like, yeah, maybe some of them were less bad than the others, but they were all benefiting off of this, class structure. So they would not have wanted Rick to be leader.
No.
Also, Rick's not the kind of... Rick's
Rick's
not the farmer anymore. He's not going to sit still.
He doesn't even want... I don't think he even wants leadership anymore. Like...
He keeps taking leadership, so whether he wants it or not, he feels obligated to do it.
I think because he's been in the role for so long, and everybody looked to him. But I think he tried to point it off on some others, and
he doesn't have a choice.
Time. No, I know, but
we're just like
he was kind of like molded into it.
Yeah. So. I just wrote down, what the fuck, Gabriel?
Idiot.
Yeah. Actually, what? And why?
He didn't believe that they were really cannibals and that they were really as bad as Rick's group said.
I just left my leg in the forest somewhere. I don't know, I dropped it.
For the flies.
Shish kebab!
Like,
what?
What?
Shish kebab.
Shish kebab.
Shish kebab. Bob's leg. Shish kebab.
Yeah.
I like that pun.
Oh, it's a joke, I see.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
I got jokes tonight.
Huh?
You always have jokes.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I had to find out for myself. Oh, by the way, there's a horde of zombies following me.
By the way, I let them to your baby. Also, I'm going to beg for you to let me into my own church when I didn't let
I'm going to work all these walkers over for a party.
He aggroed
He aggroed them.
I was hoping he would have died. I would have been so happy if he died.
There was no talking available.
World. He's not made for this type of... Sorry.
I love how the zombie falls into the machete so it looks like he's the badass.
Yeah, and he comes out with the blood, and so I bet Michonne and Carl think he's actually killed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Nah, I have my...
Which is probably why they weren't as mad as they should have been at him.
Yeah.
Because they saw and they were assumed that he had killed one of them.
Yeah, well.
They call it on the Talking Dead, Gabriel's Miracle Zombie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not watched The Talking Dead once.
I just fall into a knife. It's cool.
Yeah, his false face system machete.
All right.
You couldn't even make that up.
Thank you.
Like, he could have told them that actually happened, and I don't think I would have believed him. Like, no, dude, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to lie.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you a bad person.
No, really, she fell onto my knife, Your Honor. I don't know what happened. Seven times?
He ran into
She fell
my
onto my
knife.
knife 7
He ran
times.
into my knife 9 times.
9 times.
Chicago reference.
We did it.
Right into it.
We did it.
Loves it.
Oh, so I make South Park references as bad, but you can make a Chicago reference?
It's musical.
No, when you go off doing Cartman's voice for 5 minutes, that's the problem.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
thank you,
All right.
Leo.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
To the
that's the
show
problem.
1 minute is okay. It's fine.
Back to the show now. So good.
So, I never actually got to look. Did anyone get to look up what what Bible verse he
Oh,
opened up
no, I
to
didn't- I can
in
look
Mary's
that now.
Bible? Because I was really curious about that.
I was.
'Cause I think it was Corinthians, but I didn't really see what, like,
I'm doing it. I'll tell you here.
where it was. Because
Somebody.
that is probably important.
Yeah.
Because that seemed like they focused on that shot for a little too long for it to just
They
be
did.
coincidence.
Yeah, and it was Terminus Mary's Bible, so
Yes, yeah.
and he opened it to the page that had been opened the most, like it had the most crease in the spine.
It's highlighted too. I think at one part.
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
Yes.
Is it the same quote that he had on top of the church?
Oh,
What
that was in that room
maybe it is.
on the
Where
wall.
it was "Eat my flesh and drink of my blood"?
Oh.
It is possible. That he
Keep
said,
talking.
"Oh, it's
Tell you
like
guys in a second which one it is.
So while that is being looked up,
Because that was the only thing I saw really like in big print was when all the zombies were walking around. You see that quote right above the archway of the church.
well, yeah." We shall see in a few minutes.
So pull it up and tell me if I'm right.
So I was.
Pulling it up now.
What? Oh, you're looking at.
Yep.
So I was wrong about Eugene being dead. I was so sure. I admit, Dom. I admit when I'm wrong.
Hey, I thought he might have been dead too. I know the guys are like, nope, and I was like, I kept an open mind.
See, I thought he would be dead.
Could have been either or.
I was wrong.
Yeah, well.
I wasn't here.
That's true. That's why I'm telling Dom. And he's
That's
laughing
true.
at me in the comment.
Like I wasn't here.
I'm
That's like all I
sorry.
have to say about that. But as soon as Michonne told, I didn't guess this. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I didn't guess Beth's death, but as soon as Michonne told, what's her name, Maggie, that Beth was okay and she was in the hospital, I was like, that's not. You don't have her back yet. Why would you say that?
Okay, I was wrong. It was actually Chronicles that he opened up to.
Chronicles?
Yeah, I have it
Yeah.
up right now. I'm looking at it.
The Chronicles?
Well, it's not the Chronicles of Narnia.
No, hon, I know.
Chronicles of Narnia.
God, hon, you always.
Well, technically, the Chronicles of Narnia was based off the Bible.
No, I know.
No, which page he's looking at. So
Yes, it was. And the lion is Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jay. Hey, Jesus. Hey, Jesus.
Okay.
And the lion is Jesus.
God, which
Yeah, I'm trying to read like the page here, but I'm hello, here we go. Solomon offered burnt offerings unto the Lord on the altar of the Lord, which he had built before the porch. Oh, that's interesting. Yada yada yada.
2 Chronicles time.
Nonsense about King Solomon.
Nonsense. That's just crap.
Yeah, it's.
Dave, how would you advise me to answer these people? If you will be kind to these people to please them and give them a favorable answer, they will always be your servants. What is your advice? How should we answer these people who say to me, lighten the yoke your father put on us? The people have said to you, your father put a heavy yoke. Like, it's hard to like figure out which page exactly he's looking at, because he's looking at 2 Corinthians 9, 10, and 11 on those 2 pages.
Yeah.
And Corinthians scans a lot. So,
Yeah. It's hard to say what, like. I don't know.
Let's just say it was relevant.
Who knows a Bible scholar? Dom, are you a Bible scholar? Dom's a Bible scholar.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm giving up for right now.
Let's just say it was. It's probably relevant.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in some way or another.
Exactly.
It's basically like the 9, 10, and 11 are about coming together, working together, or walking away. Like, this one's about how they strengthen their defenses and put commanders in them with supplies of food, olive oil, and wine. Like, it's all about making a community, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, then
That
That would be
make
something that Terminus Mary would have read
that
over.
would make sense.
Well, that would make perfect sense because also it brings about the Coda, which is, you know, the music term bringing back to the beginning. It's bringing everybody back to each other to help each other out. You know, we finally get, you know, Abraham to bring the fire truck back to drop all of them off. And they're all there trying to help each other out.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Exactly. So it's just interesting that's the page Terminus Mary's Bible fell open onto.
Mhm.
And there's really nothing like, oh my god, blah 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 on that page. It's a bunch of.
It's history. I mean, it's the history section of the Bible, so
Right,
you know.
Working together, being a community, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this is probably gonna just serve to confuse Gabriel even more, because he's gonna see this crazy woman, basically, this cannibal, who was
Was a woman
sinning,
of God.
but you know, was still pious, still read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably just very confused.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I could just think the thoughts in his head.
I honestly, I hate him because Judith in danger, but I can't help but think that he's just going to be interesting.
He aggravates me.
Yeah, no doubt. He's
I'm like,
useless pile of crap.
yes.
But he's going to be very interesting, I think.
I would sooner keep Eugene around than Gabriel.
Yeah. So at least Eugene is smart. Gabriel ain't smart.
Gabriel's just
Not even a little.
Like, Gabriel's just
he's just godly.
Like, if a walker were to come up to him and try to bite his head off, he would fight it. And then as soon as he sees that it has any kind of symbolism of God, like a cross around his neck, he's just like
the lady.
It was like, dude, it's dead. Kill it.
Please, just.
It's dead. It's
Well,
dead.
We also had a while back Herschel being the voice of reason almost in that same biblical aspect.
But not as
Like now it's
That's
Herschel
true.
on crack.
Yeah, and I
He
think
wouldn't
Herschel,
kill them either.
radical.
Herschel was a little different, because it's not that Herschel lacked the ability or the will to kill them, but he still saw them as people. Like, I think Gabriel sees them as, monsters, but Herschel saw them as the sick. Herschel was also a doctor, a vet, whatever. But he had a different perspective on them than Gabriel does, I think. But it's similar in the fact that he's also a man of God and stuff and things.
.com/Laurie.
We said that at the same time. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick. Things and stuff.
Stuff and things.
Doing stuff, Lori. Things.
God.
Speaking of this show's past, we get Morgan at the end. Post-credit scene. Which is little, I feel out of the ordinary for a TV show. Because it's not like it was at the very end, before the credits, or even during the credits. It was after. Like, the whole next week, next time came, and then the scene with Morgan.
Yeah, I almost missed it. Like,
yeah.
I looked over and I was like, what the hell's going on over here?
I actually need to make sure my dad doesn't miss it when he watches it, because I don't know. I watch it live, so I don't know if our DVR fucked up or not.
I know, at first
No,
is this a rerun?
If the DVR works anything like ours, it goes into the first couple minutes of Talking Dead.
So.
No, ours doesn't. Ours usually is
just cut
right. The hour mark.
Are cut now.
Because it was like 10:02, I think, when Talking Dead started. It was still
I'm thinking this isn't Talking Dead. What is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Was a repeat or
this is the end of the episode.
What?
And in the first episode of this season, it
They
was
did
the
that.
same thing. He was in like a post-credit scene, right?
Oh, I didn't realize that was a post-credit. I thought that was just after.
I think he's been post-credit scenes twice this season now. So
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
Okay,
it's
so he's
kind of
also been in
Morgan's thing.
post-credit
he
scenes.
was.
They did it in the first episode, and then they did it in this episode. Because
Yep.
he talked
Yeah,
about
he,
Yeah,
just
no,
he pulls the curtain up like, "Ha, ha, we're not done."
I didn't remember the first one being post-credit.
But
Yes,
wait,
I believe
what
it was.
about me?
Yeah, no, he's there, alive and well.
So Morgan
he,
sets up a little
trying.
sort of offering, or like,
Fine is.
what was that? His little ceremony he set up in the church.
I don't know.
Really?
His
For his
bullet, his
son.
ho-ho, and his,
Lucky Rabbit's foot.
Lucky Rabbit's foot. I was thinking.
I remember his son. Yeah, his son had that was his son's lucky rabbit foot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot the pastry, the candy. What was the significance of that?
Goo goo, that's what somebody eats. What's it called? A gooey goo? Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Sweet
Goo
sit.
Goo
Chocolate.
Cluster.
It was like a chocolate, like candy.
Oh, so all of that stuff must have had to do with his son, because I
It's like a
remember the
ring ding.
rabbit's foot being his son, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that all had to do with his son.
And that bullet. That
Yeah, the
little
bullet should have been the bullet that he would have killed his wife and saved his
Yeah.
son. But
Yeah. I would.
Probably.
I would
Too much
assume
of a
that's what he
chicken.
did. Grab the bullet once it. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming it was.
now, like, I know Goo Goo Clusters, like, if you look it up online, those are a really big snack cake kind of thing in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hmm.
That's a Nashville thing.
And a Texas thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Not a Texas thing.
No.
I've never heard these fucking things before in my life.
It is not a Texas thing, you understand me?
Yeah, that is not, like, I don't know what the fuck a Goo Goo Cluster is. Like,
Yeah. I remember
you can get it in original, peanut butter, and supreme.
You have Jack.
Okay.
So yeah, it feels like he goes to churches or to places and sets up the little candle and shit for his son.
Yeah,
That's
probably as a way to just pray to him and just,
Candlelit
let him
vigil.
know, I'm still here. I'm fighting for.
Here's my
And he started
like-
laughing.
What's he doing with a Nashville, Tennessee candy?
I don't know, because
Almost.
I don't remember the significance to his son. Like, I don't. Maybe they ended up having it.
I was gonna say maybe they're originally from there. Who knows?
well,
You want
it
to
could,
Brad.
Yeah.
To Georgia.
it could also be the symbolism of maybe the kid just liked chocolate, and it was like the last probably food source they had left.
Maybe.
If
Maybe.
you actually look up Walking Dead Goo Goo Cluster, this is the first time that it's actually made an appearance on the show.
You probably now they probably will make them specifically, and on the box it'll say "as seen on Walking Dead."
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just maybe one of the producers it's
Yeah.
like their favorite thing, and
He
they're just
had-
like,
Us
put it on the show. Make it
Yeah.
happen.
Goo
actors.
Cluster, a bullet, and the rabbit's foot.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he
so
started
this-
laughing.
Probably like,
Yeah, what do you guys think the laughing was about?
Well, I got a bullet, I got a Google cluster,
What random stuff?
and a
In a
ring
church?
rabbit's
In
foot.
a church full of dead people. Like, what am I doing?
It's a sense of release.
I think he was just kind of making light, of just
I think-
whatever. Kind of the ridiculousness of the situation. He's like praying in this, this house of God where there's a bunch of corpses.
Death is like
Looked up shit.
prominently.
Well,
Realizing the absurdity of everything around them, I'm praying to items in a church that's got dead walkers everywhere. Isn't this hilarious? Look at this endeavor.
It's like I'm still just happy to be alive. Still,
it's like a
making it
church of
this
the
far.
damned at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was he? Because there's a shot of Morgan next to one of the straight marks on the trees that the termites
Right.
made. Was he just following the termite marks, and it led to the church?
Maybe.
Well, now he knows.
I think so.
That Rick is still alive because
Yes.
of the map.
Yep.
But does that mean he's going to try to go to Washington?
Probably.
Oh, God.
That's not where anybody's going anymore.
I know.
Well,
That's
you don't.
has hope
Well,
that
we don't know.
That's true.
Because
we don't know where they're going now.
I mean, as specifically in the preview of the next episode, they were like having a debate about going somewhere that might be safe and have supplies, and it might still not be a bad idea to go to DC.
Well, if Washington is anything like Atlanta, they're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, look, maybe they want to see the zombie bad brains, and they can do that.
The bad brains?
Dog, it's a punk. Oh, never mind.
What?
It's a punk band, guys. Anyone?
True. Okay.
Anybody?
Okay.
It's a zombie joke. If anyone needed more help.
Joke.
Yeah, never mind.
That so flew over.
You're like, that's it. I tried making a joke. That's it. Nobody liked it. Screw yourselves.
Done.
I'm eating a Snickers bar. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Underground.
Because Snickers.
So, yeah, that's this episode in a nutshell.
Very exciting.
45
I still don't
minutes.
know how I feel about this episode.
Huh? You don't know?
I don't know how I feel about this episode. Like, I
Watch it again. Cry it out. It'll be.
don't want to watch it again. I told you, like, literally, I think I saw Beth die 4 or 5 times last night between when it aired and, like, 4 o'clock this morning. I was like, do I really have to keep watching this one scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then all the pictures of Daryl carrying Death's dead body kept popping up on my Facebook, and I'm like,
Oh,
no!
stop making me feel feelings, Internet.
It's so sad.
And as I said, it's not so much like the death of Beth itself. I mean, yeah, that's enough to get you a little, oh, shit, QQ, you know? It's the look on Daryl's face. And then Maggie.
Oh, Maggie, I know.
Loves everything now except for Glenn.
I know. I felt so bad.
I don't know. The
Just
Daryl
fell
look
for
was
it.
like when your cat dies. No, he was like, oh,
What?
he's dead. And then you have like Maggie's like about to break down and be like, you know what? I'm just killing myself. That's it. Game over.
No, it's just I love her, and I was like, oh, I felt
Yeah,
it.
like Maggie's reaction, because I'm sorry, Michonne fucked up. You don't go tell this girl your sister's alive. In this,
I mean,
She didn't
Michonne
know.
wanted to give her hope. It might not have been the best thing to say.
I know.
But
You never know. Yes, she might be alive then.
Michonne really thought they were going to come through.
I know.
Well, that's when you should realize it's
Because
the
they
biggest
have in the
plot
past
twist
come
ever.
through. They have.
When they
Right.
only say, oh yeah, she's alive and well, that means that person gonna die.
right, and you know, see Maggie when she's walking up to the hospital, she's got this smile on her face, and then she sees Daryl, and she's done.
I know, and Rick's shaking his head. I'm like, no.
Yeah, because
Why
that
is
was
Beth
that
sleeping?
was interesting.
Why is there jello on Beth's head, guys? Why? She
Talking dead.
must have fainted from the gunshot sound, right?
Oh look, she's got a little jelly from a donut on the side of her head.
Oh, they're holding out.
Cops, right?
Talking dead.
Did she fall in the red pudding again?
They're holding out a donut. What?
She must have fell in the red pudding
And
again.
somebody made on talking. They couldn't wrap their mind around Beth being
Yeah.
killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Damn it.
So that's all we have for now. I mean, we can speculate about the second half of this season. What do we think that's gonna come next?
They haven't
I mean,
given us
the sneak preview that they gave on the Talking Dead was Gabriel giving a service basically for
Beth. Most likely.
Beth, which I think I'm actually glad Gabriel's around because Beth gets a service.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
as usual, they haven't given us anything to go off of. Nothing. We have nothing. All we know is that people are crying and people are upset.
And Morgan's alive, but we don't know where he's going, and we don't know where they're going.
Are we tracking them, or if he's just going to stumble into them? You know, we don't know anything.
Exactly, unless you read the comics. But even then, they change it up.
And then you don't really know.
I mean, he's not too far behind them, though, so maybe sooner than later he'll catch up to them.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe at some point.
A couple days most.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they stopped for a while at some point, he might actually find them. So that'd be great. That'd be
Especially
really
if they're-
great.
Cool. Really cool.
Especially if he's actually related to Noah like we think he is.
Yeah.
It's a good theory, but I actually just read something where Noah had said that he was with his uncle, and
Oh,
his
he was
uncle got
with
lost.
his
There was
uncle.
no mention of his uncle of him having a cousin or the uncle having a son. You know.
Okay. So maybe they're
So I'm
not.
not sure that holds as much water as I previously thought.
Yes.
It would be super freaking cool though.
It really
Yeah.
would.
Because that would give Morgan his little replacement for his dead son.
I said that last night
John
too.
said the same thing, and I'm like, replacement.
I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry.
Placement.
It's a second child. That's all it is.
Oh my god.
It's a mulligan. He gets a mulligan kid. He's like, oopsie, do over.
I did it in possible way. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Pat and Michelle, where can the people find you?
On Pichelle
Mulligan
at all that
On
good
Twitter
stuff.
and Time and Space
Yes.
and
all that
all
good
that
stuff.
jazz. All
John,
that
where can the people find you?
I don't know. Whatever the fuck that thing says.
Heather, where can the people find you?
Everywhere where you can't find because I have nothing.
Ah. So you are in the negative time and space.
I am in negative time and space. I have gone through a black hole. I have just disappeared. No, Twitter and all that jazz. Chronixia, CHRONYXIA.
Nobody will remember.
Close enough.
So,
You can find me at Clio, and you can find all of us and more at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and right here on YouTube. So come back in February for Walking Dead Season 5, Part 2.
Yes.
See,
We jumped 8 seasons.
Season 5, I misspoke. Season 5.
Later.
Toodles.
Toodles. Oh, I'm cracking up. Oh, it hurts.